everyone, this is Farlace. I'm with the Farlace LaShone Financial Group. Today we will learn a vital task, and that's learning how to multitask. Some of you have to juggle so many things at once and it becomes overwhelming. So I'll let you in on a few of the things that I utilize to assist me in multitasking and keeping my sanity and level of peace. Disclaimer, with investing, there is risk, a potential for wins and losses of income. A diversified portfolio is the best strategy to minimize risk. Only invest what you can afford to risk. I cannot and will not make recommendations as to what stocks to invest in. I will only provide you with the tools and knowledge so that you can make educated and informed financial decisions when you choose to invest and build your financial future. I do not make claims to guarantee success nor wealth. Results will vary from individual to individual. Taking the frustration out of multitasking. Today, we will look at these few areas that I utilize to make all of this juggling every single thing at the same time to make it flow a little smoother for you. We'll look at planning ahead, setting reminders, prioritize, juggling business and personal life, learn to say no with a smile, and maintain mental and physical health. Planning ahead. If your planning schedule looks like this and you have post-it notes and stickies everywhere, we have to work on that and get your better organization system. So the further in advance you plan things out for the week, month, and year, the smoother the ride will be. Hire a virtual personal assistant. I used one in 2018. He worked part-time for me. He took some of the load off of me, which allowed me and freed me up to focus on some other things. Virtual assistant, I think I used the company called Task every day. And the prices are actually inexpensive. If you take a look at them, I don't know what their prices are now, but back then it was really, really inexpensive. Like I think for the month, I only paid, I want to say like $750, maybe $800, and he was working part-time for me. So 5 days a week. And they have different packages. You can choose which package. I think I chose the basic because I only wanted him to take a couple things off of my plate. You can choose more. You can take a lot more off of your plate. They have packages to accommodate whatever scenario that you may have. And they check in with you. You give them what their task is for the day. And at the end of the day, he gives me an update of what he worked on and got complete for the day. So that's something you can look into to free up some of your time. Like I said, it's not that expensive at all. Invest in a good planner. You need one that has like the daily areas where you can write things down each day and make notes. When you visually write things down, you're more prone to follow through on them and not forget. That's important. I put things such as make new training video, even drinks out with the girl, because it is important that you incorporate some of your personal things into your daily life. You don't want to forget about your family and your friends and your kids and your significant other. So you have to work them into your schedule. And when I visually see that, I know I have that to look forward to. And that's something that I have to incorporate for my day. Self-education, that's very important for me. Self-growth. So 30-minute tax course, watch most motivational video, meditation, marketing, market business, team building. That's important to keep your team going. Grocery shop. If I'm going to a meeting and on the way back, got on my list to stop by the grocery store, pick up a few things, kill two birds with one stone. I'm already out. Business meeting ended earlier, so I swing by the grocery store, kill two birds at one stone. Definitely plan family time. You don't want to always neglect your family. I know sometimes you will have to dedicate a lot of your time to your task, but you do want to incorporate family time. So set reminders. Incorporate reminders via Google Outlook or an alarm on your phone for each task, such as conference calls, emails, meetings, etc. If a conference call or meeting is rescheduled, reset the alarm reminder immediately. Trust me on this. Don't wait till later because you'll forget. If I'm talking to someone and we are scheduled for a conference call at 10 o'clock and they message me, and say, hey, sorry, I can't make it. Can we reschedule? I'm like, sure, what time? Or I have this date at this time available, or this date at that time. Which one works best for you? So whatever date time we set up, I immediately reschedule it and indicate that at that moment. Because if you wait till later, you'll forget. So if you get off track, no worries. We all do from time to time, but learn to pivot and get back on track quickly. This is also very important. Difficulty happens, obstacles happen, but the key is how you pivot and get back on track. Respect others' time. If you have a meeting scheduled for a specific time, then honor that time. Be respectful of that person's time. Don't be late for the meeting. Even if we're friends and we have a business conference call scheduled, then that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the business you, not the playful, joking. You can show up for drinks late, but don't show up for our business interactions late. Respect my time, and I respect your time. And so if you're going to be, 5-10 minutes late, no problem. 15, 20 minutes late, that's still coming out. If we have an hour scheduled, that's going to come out of your hour. You don't have an additional hour in 20 minutes now. That's going to cut into your hour. So be respectful and keep the conversation, on track. Try not to deviate. If, somebody's calling you and reaching out to you, make sure you try to keep the conversation on track with what the business matter is at hand. Then later you can talk about other things and, laugh and joke, but be respectful of people's time. So prioritize. There will come a time you will have to prioritize not only business, but home life as well. The way you do this successfully when you can't do it all is list the top most important things that absolutely must be done. Now do them only. If you have 10 things to do and you can only, for whatever reason, accomplish 6, no problem. Understandable. But you need to tackle those 6 and make sure you knock that out, because you don't need to end the day you have 10 things to do and you only did 1 or 2. So if you have 10 things to do, prioritize. What are the top 5 or 6 that I can knock out and get done? And then, if for some reason you can't get to the other 4, roll it over to the next day with the understanding that you will tackle those things first. Expect sometimes to roll up your sleeves, though, and work longer hours for days, weeks, or even months. It's imperative at some point in manifesting your vision, because when you're trying to accomplish a goal and you've set your sights on the type of lifestyle that you want to lead, sometimes this will require you to work extended hours. Be prepared for that. It's not always going to be, times you're going to be off, early, and you won't have to, roll up your sleeves and get to work. So expect that. Don't commit to things and find yourself canceling often. Things do come up, sickness, death, unforeseen accidents, things of that nature. We all have to counsel for those things. But if you're finding yourself, you're scheduling meetings with people and you're always consistently scheduling or rescheduling or canceling, then you probably need to step away because you're not serious about your goals or focused on the task at hand. Because if you, like I said before, you need to respect people's time. If you've scheduled this time for someone to sit down and talk to you or have a consultation with you about business or manifesting your vision, then honor that time. Don't put so much on your plate that it jeopardizes the quality of your work or brand. You don't want to try to juggle so many things that the product or service that you're putting out is trash. No one can do it all, but you can do it well. Juggling business and personal life. One rule to remember in reference to business and personal life: keep your business out of your personal life and your personal life out of your business. Meaning, if you and your husband or significant other just had a disagreement, the people at work, they don't need to know about that. Your clients, your team, your business associates, they don't need to know about that. You come in jovial, happy, ready to work. Vice versa, you have an issue at work. You don't need to take it out on your significant other or your family or your friends. That should be once you leave work, walk out the door, that's where you should leave your problems. That's how you separate the two lives. Now, where the line is drawn and there's a little bit of leeway, if you have a colleague or business partner and they're discussing, some financial hardships they're going through, where you can share some of your personal life and be like, I went through the same thing. I one time couldn't pay my light bill. So I can relate. You can relate to people. That's different. It's a difference in being relatable and being negative and sharing all types of negative stuff in your life all the time. That's a difference. Number 2, ensure to align yourself with someone that supports your business and wealth mindset. And this is very, very important, because if you have goals and that person isn't on board, it's just going to make things a lot more difficult. I've been there. They say they're supportive in the beginning, but when it's actually time for me to get down to the work, it's always me, 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 me. You don't want anybody in your life like that. If you come in and tell your significant other, hey, I'm going to be tied up for the next month or two. I'm really focused on my goal right now. I have to accomplish this and I need to get this done right now. Their next question should be, I support you. What do you need me to do? That's a supportive partner. But at the same time, you want to make time for your significant other. They shouldn't always feel neglected. If they're lenient enough to give you that month or two to work towards your goal, at least set up a specific date and time the following month, once you complete your goal, to, spend quality time with them alone, away from everybody else. It doesn't have to be an elaborate trip. It can be something around home. It can be going out to a spa for couples massage, or a nice dinner somewhere, or just a weekend getaway. Make sure you incorporate and let them know that you appreciate them making a sacrifice while you were accomplishing the goal to progress your relationship. Learning to say no. This is one of the most valuable pieces of advice I have learned over the years, and that's the power of saying no. Better to say no than to commit to something and not come through. Say it with assertion, be unapologetic, and say it with a smile. If I have 10 business meetings and 7 conference calls that day, and somebody reaches out to me, oh, hey, can I talk to you later about something? I got a question about some business. My answer is no. I don't feel sorry or bad about it, but follow up, no, I can't do it today. I have Thursday at 5 p.m. open, or I have Friday at 10 a.m. Which one works best for you? And they can select one of those options. Don't put too much more on your plate. Don't feel obligated to always be there for people, because what's going to happen, you're going to continuously spread yourself thin and thin and thin. Then you look down at the end of the road, there is no more you, because you're burnt out, you're worn out, you're stressed out. We don't need that. That's not how you become successful. If you're not mentally and physically healthy, which we'll talk about that later, there's no way you're going to accomplish your goals. If you have too much on your plate, it is okay to say no. Your mental health matters. Maintaining mental and physical health, mastering multitasking, should be a nice balance in all areas of your life. Business life, home life, personal life should flow seamlessly with little stress. However, nothing will ever be perfect. People have the misconception that, okay, things should be running a lot more smoothly, or, things aren't, I shouldn't start because things aren't right. Things aren't ever going to be perfect. There's no year that will ever be perfect. So get started. That's totally different. But at the same time, what you're doing should bring you a level of peace. Sometimes you will have to detach from it all just to, have a woosah moment. But then you go back into it. You don't detach from your goals for multiple weeks at a time and you hadn't really accomplished much. Detaching from it all means that you've gotten started, you just need a breather to kind of gather yourself and your thoughts. Conquering mental and physical health allows for peace to master multitasking. Juggling it all means you've mastered the most multitasking skill set. You should be peaceful in all areas. You should be mentally peaceful. You should be physically healthy and mentally healthy. So This is how you this is how I juggle everything. Like I said, if I don't have time to do something, then I don't sign up for it. I don't subscribe to it, and I don't let people guilt trip me into um, imposing themselves on my time. Thank you guys. I hope I've said something to help you master your multitasking skills, and that will allow you to not only balance your business life but your personal life as well. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I am Farlace with the Farlace LaShone Financial Group. Thank you guys.